Okay, so we just arrived at the new office, so let's check out how the work's getting on and have a little chat about the commercial premises and see if we can get any top tips about how we're delivering that refurb for less than what you might otherwise pay. One of the great things about this office is the fact that we've got a car park and we've got parking for about 8 different cars, which is great for all of our staff. Now this office is actually going to be one that we're using, and so we're going to utilise this for our own premises, which is great because we bought it with our trading business, which means we can offset the tax savings on our income. But I'll talk to you about that in a bit. You can see the scaffolding's up. We've been doing some work on the windows. I'll show you that from a bit closer up because the plan is to make this office somewhere inspirational, somewhere you actually want to work, not just an office. If you're going to be there for a large portion of your life, you might as well enjoy being there. Now, of course, if you're buying a commercial premises to rent out, the same still remains, but an office, you might put your stamp on it, whereas a retail unit, you're often going to let the person that's leasing the premises fit out, which is always a benefit. So we've got Dream Housing on site today. That's Chris, good friend of mine from school days, who's helping us carry out some of the refurbishment works. Let's see how he's getting on. First things first, we got rid of all these blue railings, made them anthracite grey, nice and simple, but changing the curb appeal. We've jet washed and we're going to resin this drive and just make it a little bit nicer to look at. And you can still see the old blue windows on the front, which we're getting rid of slowly but surely. We painted the floor, and I might have made a little mistake because I didn't realise the paint was still wet when I put myself a nice little footprint in the paint. So we're going to have to figure that one out. But these things happen. I don't know why anyone let me come here. You can see the downstairs, we've had the carpet down, it's been painted, and we've started getting rid of the blue windows, so they're now anthracite grey. What we're doing is we're painting them rather than replacing them because that's saving a small fortune. But we'll talk about that in a moment. And here he is, the man himself, Chris Kingston, owner of Dream Housing, who's executing the refurb on the property. How's it going?
Very well.
Winning?
Always.
Excellent. So we just put this kitchen unit in as well. Chris is just He just put this kitchen in, which is looking good. So we've got a little bit of workspace. We've got a toilet through the back. We're just about to replace the toilets and the sink, so it's not that sexy in there at the minute. It's an interesting toilet. I'm going to show you the toilet.
Sure, why not?
I've got a nickname for this toilet, which is well known. And that nickname is, since we've got this lovely glass here, I call it the poo with a view. And so that means, well, you know what it means, you get it. But we're going to frost the glass, and that means that no longer there'll be the view. So I don't know if that's good or bad. I'll let you decide in the comments. So out here, we decided to paint the windows because replacing these windows, I think there's about 15 if you count both floors, but replacing them would cost a small fortune. And painting them is a much more cost-effective way, but it takes a couple of coats, doesn't it?
It does. 3 in total so far.
3 coats so far. I think 4. But you mean 3 is, and then you're there. How many has this had? 1?
That's had 1 so far.
Yeah. You should have used oil-based paint.
Should have. I did recommend it. But
So,
you've got to work with what you got.
the top tip is if you use oil-based paint, it could go on a little bit thicker. Now, Chris advised me of this. We might have got water-based paint, and at least he's a very forgiving human, so we just pushed on with the water-based, which also means you get more tan. It's nice weather for it, isn't
Exactly
it?
that.
So there you go. So in terms of saving money, a few of the things that we've been doing. Number one, we've gone and bought the kitchen from Howden's. Now, we've gone and negotiated about 60% off the units from Howden's because there's a lot of movement on the prices that they list for and their trade prices. So make sure you are negotiating. You can go to Magnet, you can go back and forth and then get yourself the lowest price. We also got an LNPG card that we use to get paint. So when we're buying paint, sometimes a tub that would ordinarily be 70 quid, we're getting in at half price. I mean, you pick up some of the paint. Have you seen the difference in the
Exactly.
costings?
It's amazing how cheap it is compared to retail prices. Even trade discount, it's Uncomparable.
100%. And inside we're using a durable mat. Same again, we get that from, we go to Johnston's, you can get a discount with your LMVG card. Works out to be a massive discount. And so we use that for all of our paint on this. And that means that we can get this, get rid of the blue, stop this from looking like a dentist surgery, which is a massive win for all parties. Now in the kitchen, we put compact laminate. You like that particularly, don't you?
Yeah, it's very nice.
What would you say your favourite part about compact laminate is, Chris?
None of it.
So this is where, you know, there's a difference sometimes between what the trades might like and what the person buying the materials like. Because we want it to look good and they want it to be easy enough to work with.
Exactly that.
So if you don't already know, compact laminate, you know, it's got that granite sort of effect,
Yeah,
but it's very hard to cut.
it is.
It's notoriously difficult. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Good job. And so in order to save costs, the other things that we did were, the tap they wanted from Howden's was something like 300 quid, whereas I managed to get that tap online for 30 quid. Even you're impressed by that one, aren't you?
Very.
Yeah. When we first took the place on, there was a load of trunking on the walls, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Weren't
Horrible.
the prettiest. Yeah, it was. Weren't the prettiest. And so when you're getting something, it's the best time if you're going to make it how you want it. Because if we set up and had a load of staff working, we're not going to start drilling into the walls. So what Chris did was got rid of the trunking, chased out the walls and put the cables into it. That's something that a lot of people want to do. How difficult is that job?
It's pretty straightforward, to be honest. Luckily, the walls are plasterboard, so you can just literally cut out the plasterboard, push the cables in, foam it, fill it, job done.
So because it's plasterboard, you cut the plasterboard, foam it, fill it. What if it wasn't plasterboard? What does someone have to look out for? They're trying to assess, because if you're rewiring or something like that,
Yeah.
you're trying to assess how hard that job's going to be.
Exactly. You have to chase it out into the brickwork using a specialised grinder.
Hard work.
Yeah, it's not easy.
So this was worked out better then. Would you use just a multi-tool then?
Multi-tool.
Perfect. So it's an easy job.
It is.
Apart from the water-based paint.
Exactly.
Brilliant. Well, look, that's the refurb. We'll give you an update when it's all done. As always, go on.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.